Frankie! I'm here to find you! I think he's right behind me. Note to self. Make a video about finding Frankie when the game comes out, not in March, and then never make a video again. That's right, I'm finally back. Icy Gaming, talking about Finding Frankie. And today, I'm going to be discussing Finding Frankie 2, and it coming in 2025, and the new game that Super Lou Games is developing, SIM, or Sim, and how it's going to be even better than Finding Frankie, especially as a certain type of game. Okay, before you attention deficit kids click on this video, let me tell you about Finding Frankie. First of all, they were talking about Sim, their new multiplayer game, and then people were confused, so they differentiated the two by saying this. Sim is our new project, different from Finding Frankie. Finding Frankie will return in 2025, however. They also have this other New Year's post that states this. Our New Year's resolution is to let our contestants survive a little longer so we can boost our ratings, and then kill them. At first you could be confused and thinking to yourself, isn't 2025 really quick for them to make another Finding Frankie game? Well, you have to remember that Finding Frankie was in development for a couple of years. However, they hadn't made a game before. So now that they have a lot of the same assets that they can reuse for Finding Frankie 2, it will make the second game a lot easier to make. Not saying that they're going to reuse all the assets, but it's definitely going to make development a lot easier as they have more organization and a better straightforward path for the games they're going to create. For instance, they're making Finding Frankie 2, and then they're going to make Sim, so they can ride the hype train to Sim so their multiplayer game can do well. A lot of us thought that Finding Frankie was a great multiplayer game if it was multiplayer. However, it seems they have better ideas than us. Now, this game could be a Finding Frankie-esque game, but it's definitely going to be multiplayer, and I think it's going to be really fun. A lot of us thought that Finding Frankie was the perfect multiplayer game. However, it seems they have a better idea, and honestly, that's exciting. Having to play Finding Frankie 2 would be awesome, and I think Finding Frankie 1 set up a great part 2 for the series. I don't really know how many games they would make. I would assume 3 to 4 at most. But I think that's fine because this franchise isn't like freaking Poppy Playtime, Garten of Banban, or FNAF. Oh my gosh, they're making so many games. I'm going to make a few theories about what I think is going to happen in Finding Frankie 2 just because I really like the game and I never got to talk about it and what I thought of the story. So here's my thoughts on what could happen in Finding Frankie 2. First of all, we obviously accept Season 2. And then it becomes even more difficult to survive as they have more monsters and not just Frankie. I think that we could see multiple different new characters to make the season more engaging for the rich people that watch. I don't really know about the lore there, but I think it'd be really interesting to see new characters that they can come up with. I even think that we could see our character learn a few new moves between the games, and that would be really fun, adding new mechanics to the game, giving us new chases, and new ideas for the chases, as I think they could elaborate on some of the ideas they had. Some of the areas could have been improved upon, even though it was a really great game. I want to hear what you guys think about Finding Frankie in the comments below, but honestly, I think it's a great game. I just think there's some things here and there that could definitely be fixed. Finally, I'm going to be finishing on Sim, and talking about how this game is going to be very impactful for the studio of Super Lou Games, because it seems as though they have some huge plans for this game, and I can't wait to get some reveal trailers for this multiplayer experience. First of all, they say, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. I wish I could post more, but we are trapped. See you in 2026. SIM. The picture saying, she is coming 2026. That's obviously referring to Sim. However, I think this also reveals something to us, because I think they're going to follow the same formula as Finding Frankie, where you're either in a game show, trapped by a parkour god, which could just be a woman god. I think that'd be really fun and engaging. I don't know what you guys think, but that's my theory for Sim so far, because we don't have a lot of details. I see.